This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hi team. Welcome to Automation for Testers. In the last video, we have seen about how to display the results in different formats, like how to generate the results using the alert and how to display something onto the console using console log. And also we have seen how to manipulate the objects using in different ways. And also we have seen what is meant by document write and all. Okay, so in this video, we are going to see what is meant by Node.js and how we can install it, what is the procedure for it, and also we'll see how to work with any IDE. In this section, we are going to see about Visual Studio Code mainly. Okay, so let's see, what is meant by Node.js, what exactly the need of it. Okay, so before that, right? So in the last session, right? So we have discussed something called console section of the browser, right? So here, right click on the inspect and right click and inspect. Here you can see console section, right? So here you can write everything, right? So console dot log, and here you can say, for example, welcome to, it can remember everything, right? So here you can see welcome to JavaScript, and you can see variable I equal to 5. In the last section, we have seen that console dot log, and you can see it is giving like this. Okay, so we can practice over here, uh, but at long run, right? So we will be writing so many lines of code. We will be using the classes, we will be using the concept of inheritance. So in order to discuss all those things, this might not be a good platform where you can learn the JavaScript. Okay, of course you can do many things from here, but good suggestion is we need to have a end-to-end platform where we can write our test scripts. I mean, test scripts are scripts using JavaScript efficiently, and you can run your program over there, right? So in order to do that, right, so we need something called Node.js. Okay, so what is meant by Node.js over here, right? So before that, if you have a if you are a background from the Java, right? So what is the main thing that is needed to run any program in Java, right? So you would be needing something called JRE in order to run your program, right? So it's a runtime environment where JVM does the things for you. Similarly, in JavaScript, right? So if you want to execute your JavaScript, one way is a browser which will does the things for you, but not every time you will be writing everything on the browsers, right? So standalone also, you want to develop any application, or standalone also you want to test something, you want to write JavaScript files and you want to execute it. So that platform will be given by you something called Node.js. It's a runtime environment for JavaScript programs where it will run the program for you. It will give you the output. Because of Node.js, only you can run the programs in JavaScript. Okay, so like how you treat JRE for Java, the same thing, Node.js is a kind of heart for running the JavaScript programs on your machine, not browsers, on your standalone machine. Okay, now we'll see how to install the Node.js and how we can write a sample program using JavaScript. Okay, so here you can take this link I will provide in the notepad. Okay, so you can go to the organization. Okay, you can see you can download for Windows. Okay, so here you can see long-term support, our current latest release. I would recommend you to go for this long-term support one, and here you can see you can just click on over here. Okay, so straightforward, it will give you the executable file to install into your machine. Okay, so let it get generated. It is getting generated. Okay, and also you can go to the documentation and different sections over here. Not needed, but yeah, better to have some knowledge what exactly Node.js is all about. Okay, so it got downloaded. You can go over here and you can simply double click on over here. Okay, so here you can see the steps that you can work with it. Simply you double click on the executable files that got downloaded. After that, click on the next button. And anyway, this is a common thing. You need to accept your license and then next, and then where you want to install your Node.js. Okay, so here I want to install in this place. That's fine. If you want to change it, you can change using this button. Okay, so I'm not changing my path. It will be on C program files Node.js. Click on next. That's fine. You can choose add to path. What it will do is it will add the path of the Node.js into the environment variables. Okay, so we use this one also fine. This one is also fine. We can also add it later on point. It shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so after that, click on next and simply say install and say yes if you get any prompt. And then once it got installed, we need to check Node.js got successfully installed or not. Okay, so it is getting installed now. Okay, and you can see Node.js has successfully installed in your machine. Save finish. Okay, so once it is done, we need to confirm whether it got successfully installed or not. Okay, so to do that, right, so we can confirm from the command prompt saying that node hyphen v. Okay, so when you say node hyphen v, you can observe that it is giving me the version 10.616.3. Okay, so like this it will generate, and if it is not successfully installed, that means it will say it is not recognized as an internal command or external command. Okay, so we have successfully installed, and you can verify from here. Okay, and also I hope environment variable also it might have added, but let me check that. Environment variables of my account, go to the path. Definitely we will be having npm, you can see node.js. If not there, you can add it. It shouldn't be an issue. We will see how we can add it from protractor. Okay, so this is fine. It shouldn't be an issue for us. So time being, make sure that it has successfully given you the message with the version number when you use node hyphen v command, node space hyphen v. Okay, so successfully we have installed the node.js. Let's try to run one sample program and see whether it is giving you the output or not. Okay, so here what I can do, I can go to a folder, right? So this is a folder, let's say. Okay, so I want to write something over here. What I can do, you can take a notepad, and here let's try to save this one. Let's say sample.js. Remember, in order to work with the JavaScript, if you want to write any files, that extension should be either .js or .mjs. To discuss about .mjs, we will see in the future when we are discussing about ES6 features. Time being, just understand that the extension is going to be .js. Okay, I'm just clicking on save button. You can see where this got saved. Let me save one more time, guys. Save as. Okay, it has got saved in different place. It shouldn't be an issue. Sample.js, click on save, and you can see sample.js. Okay, so now let me add one statement at least. The statement that we are written, right? For example, console.log. I want to write it over here. Okay, single line I have written console.log and welcome to JavaScript. I'm closing it, and if I try to run this program straightforward, and let's see what happens. There you can see it is giving you the error message saying that, hey boss, I don't know about console, I don't know the method that you have written, right? So here, where that Node.js comes into the picture, right? So Node.js is a platform where you can run your JavaScript programs that you have written, right? So here you can go to command prompt. Here you can open the command prompt. Here you can say node space, and you can say sample.js. Okay, so you can see it is giving you the message saying that welcome to JavaScript. Okay, so like this, using the node, you can run any of the JavaScript file. You can run any of the JavaScript file. Okay, so this, like a, as I said earlier, for for Java, how you got JRE, the same thing. It's a kind of node which will come up with some NPM packages that we will see in the future. But timing understand that it will give you a platform to run your JavaScript files. Okay, so this is how it will be done. Second thing, if you observe, right, so we have written one sample example using console.log and in the text, textbook, I mean, in the notepad, right? So it is not a feasible every time, right? So if you are writing so many classes, you're writing so much of logic, you need something user friendly which will give you the suggestions. In this case, it doesn't matter how many times I write, it will not give me any suggestion. Why? Because it's simple notepad, right? So though you can write it over here, but as a human being, you may make a mistake, anything can happen. So in order to avoid those things, we need something called an IDE to work with it. Why you will use IDE anyway? Because it will make your life easier. It will stop making you to making the mistake, right? So for example, you forgot any uh, variable declaration, or you anything related to syntax, it will give you the, and also it will give you the suggestions if you're not able to remember many methods, maybe from string class, maybe from arrays methods. So anywhere it will give you the suggestion. Because of that easiness, most of the people prefers what? IDE. So in case of Java, most of the people prefers Eclipse or IntelliJ IDE. So here in JavaScript, if you want to work with, you can use the Notepad, or else you can use Eclipse, you can use Sublime Text, you can use WebStorm, or else you can use something called very powerful. It's called something called Visual Studio Code. Okay, so we'll be using Visual Studio Code in the entire series. Okay, which is very easy to download and free, and which is from Microsoft, which has so many features. It's the best combination when you're going for JavaScript. Visual Studio Code is the best feature for you. Okay, so this is a path I will give you in the link. There you can go and copy paste. You can see it will open up this one, and here you got for Windows, and you got for Mac, and you got for different Linux and all. Okay, so our main intention is we need to install for Windows. So here you will have two options. One is user install and system install. Okay, so here if I expand it, you can see system installer. If it is 32-bit, if your operating system is 32-bit, go for 32-bit. If your operating system is 64-bit, go for 64-bit. Okay, select this system, and corresponding link you need to click on it. Okay, I'm just clicked on it. Okay, so after that it should download automatically. Here you can see it is taking some time because it is a 50 MB. Let it get downloaded. And if you want to go through it, you can see it is a best combination for I would say for JavaScript people. For Python also it is very good one. So it is getting downloaded, guys. Okay, so it has successfully downloaded, and you can see this icon that you need to click on it. Click on yes if you get any prompt, and from here you can see it's a common accepting the license, and then click on next. And the path where you want to install it, if you want to change it, you can click on browse and you can change it. I don't want to change in my case. Click on next. Same thing, click on next and come back here, right? So here it will give you don't create a start menu folder, but don't select anything. Click on next. Here you will get so many options. Get this is very important. So click on S. For first option, create a desktop icon. Yes, I need it. And here you will be seeing these options, right? So I would recommend you to select the first two. This is not needed, but these two are very helpful when you want to open any file directly using Visual Studio Code. You can right click on that folder, and it will give you the option like open with the Visual Studio Code. uh, you know from here I will show you that example in the later point, but let me install over here. So select these three options and say next, and say install, and it will be installing in your machine. Visual Studio Code, it is a very lightweight, guys. So most of the people preferring this one, the combination of developing the applications using Angular, using a, different things. Okay, here you can see when you're done with it, it will give you this something like this. Okay, so here if you want to install any missing packages, like if you want to work with you can see install support for JavaScript by default is there. If you want to work with TypeScript, Python, PHP, you can you can install that. Okay, and here you can create a new folder, a new package. Different options are there. So let me straightforward, let me create a folder first. Okay, so here or else you can directly create a file. Okay, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so better, the best option is try to create a folder here. Let's say uh, a40 a40 underscore js, right? So here copy this folder, come over here, let's say file, open folder. Okay, so paste it over here and select this folder and simply say select folder option. So once it is done, right, so here you will get the options to create the files. For example, here you will have plenty of options. Here you can see new file, new folder, or refresh kind of thing you will get. Here I want to create a new file, right? So here click on this button and then for example let me say demo dot extension will be js, right? So js, there you can see it is giving you the icon js in the yellow color, right? So here you can write so many options. For example, console.log, you can see it is giving you the suggestions, and also any mistake if you make, it will give you error message over there itself. So welcome to JavaScript world. Welcome to JavaScript world. Okay, so that's it, guys. So all you can do is if you want to run this program, simply right click and you can see open in terminal, and here you can run with the same command node demo.js. You can see welcome to Java. You can do everything the same thing. You can declare the variables where I equal to 5, and you can see console log. You want to print every time, right? So you don't need to say console and then log. You can simply say log, use the select one, simply say enter. It will give you the value. For example, I equal to let's say plus 5, and try to run your program one more time. There you can see I equal to 5, it is giving you the value, right? So like this you can work with the Visual Studio Code to make the development fast and to get the to write the accurate code, right? So if you don't use any IDE, that may lead to the errors. That errors can cause different things, right? So better you choose Visual Studio Code. My personal recommendation, if you want to go by Eclipse, yes, you can do it. Want to write down using Notepad++ or Notepad or Sublime Text, anything is welcome. My recommendation is Visual Studio Code. Okay, so that's all for today's session, guys, and we'll see in the next video. Thank you.